Hi everybody, we're back at Neal's here. The soybean man was just here. I missed him, but he left me his GoPro. So we're gonna have a little fun in the barn here. We've got some new calves, and we got a pair of twins here. We're good to get them put back in the pen for tonight. Take a look at these guys. So they're about 3 days old. That's the mom. So since they're twins, they get the same number as the mom, and then we'll put an A and a B at the bottom so we know they're twins. Then we got this other little fella. Where'd you go? And there's Cooley, our Australian blue heeler, checking everybody out. So we'll get the mom and her twins back in the calving pen here for the night. So that was easy. We got the cow in here, just brought some hay in. We got the calves all in here. So this is where they're going to stay for the night. We've got coyotes here. So we usually bring the cows and calves in every night. And it was nice sunny today. So they're outside all day today. So they'll be in here all night. They got a nice little area there at the light that they sleep in at night. And then Junior's right here again. We'll mix up some milk for them. Give them a little bit of help. So now we'll go out and put some bales in for the big cows. This is at the back of the main barn here. We have this pen set up, so just the pretty simple design. We just got some gates. It's an area back here 24 feet long and 10 feet wide that only the calves can get in. So we'll show you later tonight. It'll be filled up with calves so they're not laying out with the mums. That way they won't get stepped on or laid on. So now we'll go out and fill these round bale feeders with their hay. And everybody's patiently waiting out here to come in for feeding. We feed them at night, and that gets us, I would say 80% of the cows will be born during the daytime. All night long they're just eating and thinking about eating and not having their calf. So that works out pretty good for us. So we're over here at the hay shed. We'll get a couple round bales of hay. This shed was right full, right out to the edge of the wall here with straw and hay, and we've been going through it quite a bit now. Our silage is just about out. We usually switch the cows to hay as soon as they start calving anyhow. All right. Round bale in here, getting the net wrap cut off it, then we'll go get another one. Well, it's the next morning, and we got this little guy. So he's a twin, but his mother wouldn't take him. So he's my new best buddy. There she is. 4 times a day we have a meeting like this. Well, that took about a minute. We'll go over here and see how many calves are in the playpen. It's a little late here. I was out at 5 o'clock and there were 16 of them in here. Everybody's getting moving for the morning here. So I'm pretty much a rookie at this GoProing. We've had a heck of a go. The CD card was full and then the battery went dead on me. But this little guy was born yesterday about 4 o'clock. So we're gonna get him processed later. That's just basically give him his ear tag. He'll get the same ear tag as his mom. E67. He was just jumping around a minute ago, so he's feeling really good. Some guys aren't up yet. Sleeping right beside his mom there. Donkeys look like they're a little tired for guarding the cattle all night last night. So they're getting ready to go out. We're gonna put them out here today. It's not supposed to start raining until later this afternoon, so we'll let them out today, and then they'll come back in on their own when it starts raining. We'll leave everything open. So these are some of last year's calves. Gonna get them fed right now. So these are 2022 models. And we have a few of the 2021 models left here. There's 8 left in here. And these are waiting to go into Dresden packers to be processed there for our freezer beef customers. And they're all around 24, 25 months of age now. So we just processed this little guy that was born yesterday about 3 o'clock. And when I mean processing, we just put some iodine on his navel, gave him a little shot of vitamin E and selenium, and we put his ear tag on. So he'll have the same ear tag number as his mom. And since it's a bull calf, we put him in the right ear. And cows identify their calves by smell, so you don't want to handle them too much. They'll all walk up to their calves and sniff every calf until they find their mom, their own calf. So now we're going to let them out. Got that guy processed, we'll let everybody out if they wish. So we're going to let these guys out. It's not supposed to start raining until about noon, and just a little bit of rain until about 2 or 3 o'clock, and the sun's going to be back out again. So the best place for these guys is outside. If it starts to rain, the gates will all be open. They'll come back into the barn if they wish. So here's that pen of cattle we just fed. These are last year's, so we call them yearlings. Stood up at the manger eating away. This guy here is just enjoying getting his face rubbed. We've got these cattle scratchers in all the pens, and they'll line up to use these things. They just enjoy them, especially right now when they're shedding a bit of their hair, so they get it rubbed off. Our mouse traps have been following me around here this morning. Yet I haven't got them fed, so we'll get them fed, and then we're pretty much done the barn chores for this morning. And Neal's got to get fed and the dog fed, and then we'll start hauling some soil nutrients out. So I don't know if the soybean man's talked much about this, but we know all our cattle produce waste material, which we use for soil nutrients. So we're going to spread a couple loads of this. It's supposed to rain in a couple days, so we're going to get that loaded up and get it spread out in the field. So hang on, and away we go. There we go. We've got a full load, and we'll join you back in a minute. So a little history on this field here. This is where we took our corn silage off, which is basically the base of the cattle's ration every day. And so we're spreading our yard scrapings on this. This has got, we planted oats on this last fall for a cover crop, and that's what, it's pretty well died off through the winter. So we're just top dressing this with some yard scrapings, and then we're gonna plant next year's corn crop right in this. And we pull a little bit of fertilizer back because we've applied these nutrients from the barnyard. This is a local made manure spreader. They're made right up in Thamesville, which is about 10 miles from our place. I think they're likely the best spreader in the industry. This is our second one we've had. We had a horizontal beater before, and now we've gone with the vertical beater, which gives us a really nice spread here. Spreads about this type of material, likely 25 feet wide. We got about 2 loads to do today. It's supposed to rain pretty good in 2 days here, so we want to get these yards cleaned up so we can control our runoff. So this is our beautiful front laneway that everybody enjoys coming down. And this tractor's just about as wide as we can get down here. But we can get the highway trucks in here to take corn out and the beans out. But it's a beautiful laneway. Eventually it'll be covered in at the top, we keep grooming it nicely, and it'd be like coming down a tunnel. You gonna let me in there? That's our friend Cooley. She's 15 years old, so she's pretty much retired now. She can't hear worth a darn, but she still likes to chase the cattle around. Okay, we got everything put away here, got the manure hauled out. Now we got to feed some calves. My homemade funnel. Scoop of milk powder. We'll get the lids on them and see who's hungry. Well, we'll go take a look in the barnyard out in the pasture here. Yet, so we'll have to keep an eye on her. This one here is by herself because she's the last one that calved. Little baby tucked in there with mom. Keep an eye on A13. This piece of grass is about 5-6 acres here. It's really our saving grace. We get some days like today and then not raining and get a nice sunny day, lay out here. Best medicine for them. Fresh air and dry. And it helps with the straw pack in the barn too, where the straw lasts a little longer when they spend most of the day out here. And then we'll bring them in they'll come in at feeding time, and what doesn't come in, we'll push them up with the four-wheeler here. Get everybody inside at night, and I can watch them. The coyotes will stay in the bush. Well, that's about it for right now. We'll come back and check them again in a couple, 3 hours. We gotta go get Mama. She's babysitting 3 granddaughters up in Fergus, so we'll check before we go there. So the temperature's really changed here right now, and we haven't really pushed them. These cows are thinking something's coming on. It's starting to spit rain a little bit. And they're all coming up. They know where they want to be. They want to be in that barn in that nice fresh straw. We're still watching that A13. I think she'll be doing something here yet today. So we'll catch up with you later. Something else changes. So I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but just in the last 10 minutes, we've come into a frickin' pot-licking blizzard here. Anyhow, we didn't push these cattle at all. And they're all came up in the barn here. They know where they want to be. All up in here. They'll be laying down shortly. They're waiting for a couple round bales of hay to show up. We got to hold them off that a little bit yet. So we'll walk through here and find out what A13's thinking about. Here she is right here. She's not doing much yet, but she's wagging that tail quite a bit, and that's a sign that she's getting close. Well, I'm back now from picking Colleen up, and about an hour or so after I left, Kyle checked her. And A13 had her calf, little heifer calf, and she doesn't want me to get too close to her just yet. So we're just gonna leave her here for tonight. So we're gonna find another cow you're gonna see calve here yet. So here's the little playpen here they're in. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of the babies in there. They just go in there by themselves. No instruction required. Good morning, everyone. I thought this morning, go for a ride with me. We'll feed some cattle here. Got the yearlings we're feeding right now. We put some silage in the feed mixer. Now we're gonna get some corn. You might as well come with me this beautiful frosty morning here. Nothing happened through the night in the barn, which is what we like to expect. So we'll start our day out getting some corn in here. So we roll this corn. Corn comes out of these bins here beside us, through our roller mill, up the leg, then down into this hopper bottom feed tank. We're shooting for about 500 to 600 pounds, which would give these calves about 10 pounds, 12 pounds of rolled corn in the mixer. All right. So the cows are waiting to go out on the pasture here. Yearlings, we gotta put some more corn in there for the 2-year-olds. Here's the yearlings, last year's babies. And they're waiting for feed. So this is the bunker silo. I've already dug the silage out of there. That's whole plant corn silage. The field we spread manure in yesterday. That's where that came from. Okay, the mixer's running here. We're gonna dump some concentrate in, and I'll bring it right back. So this is the beef concentrate. It's basically a prepared pellet that we buy from our supplier, and it's derived from distiller's grains from the ethanol industry. It's likely about 80% of processed corn product from them, and then they put a vitamin and mineral pack in it, so they're getting their minerals and vitamins every day too. We'll just take it now and I'll just dump it in the top, and then I'll show you what it looks like in the top. Okay, so we got about the right amount in there. It's about 600 pounds of corn and 120 pounds of concentrate. We'll take a look in the top. Everybody can see what that looks like inside. It's likely some people wonder what it looks like inside, so we'll show them. So this is what it looks like inside. There's a big screw in there. It's got some razor sharp blades. There's 9 blades in there. So it mixes it up. We'll let it sit there and mix for 5-10 minutes while we do some other chores. We can drop round bales of hay in there and it'll cut it, or straw, and cut it up to be fed. You're putting hay or straw in there, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cut up about a 1,200 pound bale of hay. Mixed up in the mixer. Now we're feeding the calves it. We'll feed this all out to them. There's about 40 pounds of prepared feed here for each head. They cleaned it up good last night, so they're eager to eat this morning. So this silage that we talk about all the time that we feed our cattle, it's the whole plant. We harvested about the first week of September. So the corn is about 12 feet tall, nice and green. We're shooting for about a 68 to 70% moisture. And forage harvester chops it all up into about 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch sections. It's quite labor intensive, and uses a lot of fuel. We'll be 3 of us guys doing it with 4 tractors running. It's a high demand for fuel and high wear on equipment too. So we'll take 20 acres off and hope for about 600 ton. We'll put it in this bunker silo, cover it up, and that's our winter feed for the cows and the calves for pretty much all winter. So this is what the finished product looks like. You can see there's lots more corn in there. Our concentrates mixed with it. There's a pellet right there. So it's been in that feed mixer likely 10 minutes because we were loading the feed wagon for the 2-year-olds, which is just straight corn and concentrate. So it's all mixed up there nice. Everybody's enjoying breakfast. We've got a beautiful morning this morning, about -5, sunshine all day, and they're talking for a rain event tomorrow. So we're gonna get some things done here today in preparation for the rain tomorrow. So these cattle, we let them around, eat off both sides of the manger here. So there's 60 head of cattle in here, and about 32, 33 can fit on each side. So this gives them ample room to eat. So that'll be it for the day. There's enough feed there that they'll eat all day long there. All right, 2-year-olds are fed. Now it's time to let the girls out. Everybody's up, ready to go. And they're just lay outside in the pasture. Nice healthy environment for them. So we'll just swing some gates here and they'll be moving out. Okay, I just wanted to show you, we keep talking about rolling this corn. So here's the corn when it's dry, what most people would recognize as corn. It's harvested like end October, November at, anywhere between 24 and 18% moisture. Then we put it through the dryer, bring it down to 15.5 to go in storage. And then we run it through our roller. I'll show you the roller in a minute. And basically what it does is it cracks it all up for us, which makes it more digestible for the cattle to get the energy out of the corn. And it's kind of like mashing your potatoes, and then the silage we put on top is the gravy. So that's what we talk about rolling corn. Whole corn, roll corn. We'll show you what the roller is here just next to the farm here. Okay, I'll just show you the roller mill we use to roll the corn. So we hook a tractor on the front of it, about an 80 horsepower tractor. And what happens is we'll take this device over to the grain bins where the corn's stored, and it'll be augered up into here. Then it dumps it into the top here, comes down over a magnet in case there's a piece of steel or anything in it, and it goes down through the center. And there's 2 large diameter rollers with little grooves cut in it to grip the grain, and it pulls it through. The tolerances are only about 1/8 of an inch clearance in there, so it gets cracked to go through it. Then it's augered out the bottom, then it comes up this auger, and we dump it in a hopper over here. So there's a red hopper there that we swing over. We pull the corn out of the smaller bin on the left, and it goes through the roller mill. It gets dumped in the red auger. It goes up the grain leg, and then down over to that feed tank that we took it out of, and we store it in there until we use it. So that's how we process the whole grain to be fed to the cattle. Well, it's this time again. Gotta feed our little buddies. Just a second. We've got a bottle for everybody. Yeah. So the twins are in here with their mom. She's eating there. And this is a little orphan twin. Its mother only accepted one. So we'll feed him now and then kick him out. And he'll steal through the night. And we'll feed these other guys too. Got one trying to pickpocket me back here. So we feed them, we're up to 3 pints 4 times a day. Get him growing good. And whatever he steals off these other guys' mum. So this is the other twin. He's always lacking a little bit of groceries here. There's quite a demand on these cows that have twins. Most of the time we just want to have one good strong calf, but we got to look after the twin too. 2 years ago we had 6 sets of twins and we were busy. But the mums did a good job, keep them at home so they get extra feed. There's some other mouse traps over there. Well, it's 5:30 here this morning, and everybody's sleeping except my buddy. Hello, buddy. How are you? Ready for breakfast? Here you go. Let's see if anybody's doing anything else. Here's Mum and the twins. Everybody looks like they had a good night there. Well, I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's pouring rain out here this morning, which is what they called for. So they'll be staying inside today, likely. Man, I tell you, I'm providing the soybean man's editor with quite a challenge here. I'm bouncing around doing things like I'm a rubber ball. Well, we started our morning off about 5 o'clock this morning. Did barnyard checks, fed the baby calf, and like a lot of Ontario producers, we not only provide food to fill your grocery store up with, we're also filling your fuel tank up with. So I had to leave at 6 o'clock for a load of corn into the ethanol plant. So I did that. Then I come back and started feeding chores. Then our local radio broadcaster, Cheryl Johnstone, who's also our neighbor, forecasted rain to be heavier at 11, so we're busting here trying to get chores done before 11 o'clock, get everybody bedded down. We only fed about a third of their feed this morning into the yearlings, because no use putting it in a bunk when you're going to get an inch of rain poured on it. We'll feed them the rest of it later on this afternoon. So anyhow, we got everybody's in here. They're talking rain for the next 2 days, so we'll leave them kind of up in the yard here. But likely shortly, in another half hour or so, everybody will be laying down in here. Looking pretty comfortable. There's that A13 cow. I got her calf tagged. She's wanting to eat me after she had her calf. She's still pretty protective, which is just being a good cow. But hopefully we're gonna get this video done here. I know Dennis wants to get it up for Saturday. We just want to get a cow to calve so I can video a calf being born. We'll check everybody else out here right now with you. Here's our gatekeepers here. But boy, she's raining. My main tractor doesn't have a cab on it, so I dressed myself up trying to stay weather tight. So what we've been using is, I dressed myself up in a pair of chest waders and a raincoat. They work really well for us. Those pants you get with raincoats usually don't last about 2 fittings, and then she tore up. Well, there's the dog. Come on, get out of the rain. She is pouring here. We've got lots of ventilation in here. The big door's open. Here's my little buddy. Another couple hours, she'll get another feeding here in a couple hours. 4 times a day. We moved her up to, I think it's 3 pints now each feeding. Does everybody know that cattle just have teeth on their bottom? There's no teeth on the top. Little education there for you. Yeah, they only have teeth on their bottom jaw. And when they're born, they have a full set of teeth. Usually the softest thing on them is their hooves. They take a day or two to dry out and toughen up. We'll check the other pens now. So the 2-year-olds, they got fed here and bedded down. We bedded 6 pens this morning. Or I did, I guess. Kind of sound like Dennis. We're doing all this, but one guy does it. One bull. We don't allow them to smoke in the barns. They smoke when they're out on pasture. We're not in the barns here. And then we'll check on our twins. There's Mom eating. There's the little guys over there. They're nice and cozy. And our other bull. And we'll check the yearlings now. We got these guys all bedded and fed. They're eating out there. Like I said, I just gave them a third of their feed here this morning. They'll clean that up in an hour, then they'll come back in, lay down, and then this rain stops later today, or it slows down. We'll give them the rest of their feed. You know, everybody's comfortable. So while it's pouring rain out there, we'll take a look at the cows and give me a time to talk about some of these cattle here. So we start out a cow. She starts out as that baby right down there in the straw. If it's a heifer, we'll keep her. If we need some replacements, we pick out of our own herd. Then we'll breed her when she's a yearling, usually 14, 15 months. Gestation on a cow is 9 months. So she has her first calf when she's about 2 years old. There's 6 of them out there that are 2-year-olds that haven't calved yet. And then it takes us about 24 to 27, 28 months to get them to where they're market weight. So basically, we don't see $1 out of these things for 4 years when you first start a cow. Then after she's had her first one, then she starts producing a calf every year for us. And then she'll be providing steady income if the price is right. But basically, we've had to go to work on these girls for 4 years before we get a paycheck out of them. And then when you go down in your grocery store and you look at your meat case and you've got your chicken and your pork and your beef, that's why beef is likely the most expensive meat that you're going to see. It takes a long time to produce it. But really, when you look at how these cattle are raised today, it's likely the most naturally raised meat that you can get. Natural ventilation. These cows spend half their life out on a pasture, in a bush with shade when it's hot, grazing grass, raising their calf up. We bring them back, wean them. The calves are put in a separate pen and they're fed silage in an open shed barn like we've got here. So they're pretty much, you know, the only confinement is like today. They're confined up in a yard here, so they're not packing our soil, and it's a lot easier for me to watch them. She's a bit of a pickle when we have calves out in pasture on days like this. We usually load them up on the 4-wheeler, bring them up, get them inside here, get them dry and comfortable. First few hours are pretty important in a calf. Make sure they get their colostrum, which is the first milk. Gives them lots of antibody protection for diseases. Yeah. So anyhow, it's raining. I got book work to do and machinery to fix, so hopefully we're gonna get a cow calving here today. Be nice to get her done. Talk to you later. Okay, I think today's the day for X7 to have her baby. And I'm not going anywhere, so hopefully we're gonna be able to show you the cow having her baby. X7, she's been circling a little bit, smelling the straw, and she's kind of got herself nested in here. We're going to keep an eye on her. So she's been in 15 minutes now, and she's just got up for a few minutes and then she's gone back down again. We can see the back, we can see the feet coming out now, and the presentation is correct. Those are the front feet coming. So she's had a couple contractions. Checking to see if her baby's out yet. Everybody's showing up for the delivery. Let's see what I got down here below me here. Look at here. My little buddy. My little buddy. She's likely one of our nicest looking cows. She's about 5-6 years old. This will be her 4th calf. Okay, we can just see his nose coming out there now. There he comes. His tongue hanging out. Got a bit of an audience here. And you're still here, aren't you? And there's your mama. What kid? He's a big calf. Here we go. Stand up, slide out. There he is. There he is, people. She'll lick them all off. Clean his face out here, make sure he's breathing good. It's like a 100-pounder there. So she's doing exactly what a mother should do. She's licking off his ribs and his belly there. It's kind of like doing CPR compressions. That's perfect. Just perfect. Got up right away. That way she knows to quit pushing. This guy's, he's keep breathing there. Good job, Mom. Yep, bull calf. Let me size that monster. He's a big boy. Big boy. Yep, nice fresh straw. About 45 degrees out. Didn't get dumped on frozen ground in a snowbank or mud puddle or minus 20 out. She's got lots of milk. I would think he'll be up in half an hour. So that took about 45 to 50 minutes start to finish. All right, we'll check back with her in 10 or 15 minutes and maybe he'll be standing up. Before I forget it, give a shout out to my cousins that watch the Soybean Man regularly, all the way from Ottawa, Oshawa, London, and Chatham. They know who I am. They know who they are. Okay, people, here, look at here. This is about 15 minutes after the baby was born. Look at there, eh? Standing up. It's hard to believe that cow's big old tongue is going to dry that calf off. And she's working at it, doing a great job. Navel cord there. She'll lick it clean too, and we'll put a little iodine on it in a few hours. We won't interfere with anything. We'll let that little guy get up moving and maybe get a drink going here shortly. There we go. The calf is born.
Neal, just really glad that Neal could take the time and actually take over for me and give me a bit of a break and capture some of the beef industry in motion here. Thanks, Neal. I really appreciate it.
Well, I hope I didn't get too many pictures of the sky or the ground or something, but no, it was fun, and we missed 2 opportunities to get cows calving, but we were in the wrong spot at the wrong time. But that's one today. She was really good. She is a beautiful cow and had a nice calf, a good delivery, like about 45-minute delivery, and about, I don't know, 14, 15 minutes, and it was up. So
there you go.
It all went well.
That's great. Well, thanks, Neal.
All right.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed, now would be a good time. And comments, I really need comments. That's what spurs me on to get somebody like Neal to come and
say that you like this good looking.
Yeah.